All right, so welcome back, everyone. I want to teach you the strategy that I learned, and I know that it's going to find benefit and value. And so you might want to write this one down. But when are you in the flow? How do you know when to be in the flow, and how do you get in the flow? So here's a little checklist. It's just a little cheat sheet that I use to make sure that I'm moving forward, that I'm propelling forward to the one thing, to the goal that I'm reaching. So flow, how do we get there? So flow is the foundation. What foundation, and I'm not talking about the way that your organization is formed. I'm talking about the one thing that you're focusing on to build that foundation so that it's solid. So when you're sending your volunteers or you're building that event, whether it be a walk or a gala or whatever you're doing, that you have a solid foundation so it doesn't fall apart like a house of cards or a straw house, right? So having the foundation, decide what you're going to build. Decide on the one thing that you're going to build and build that one thing. Focus on the one thing. The second thing is when you're building this one thing, you need to have faith that it's going to work. You have to have that burning desire, take a massive action and have faith, right? Burning desire, take massive action and have faith that it's going to work. Once you've identified exactly what you're going to build and how you're going to build it and who you want on your dream team, then this process becomes a little easier. And then you can start future pacing. Future pacing means that how you can see yourself in the future having 50 volunteers, having $50,000 come in 12 weeks, having $100,000. Imagine what that would look like for you and your organization. Imagine the impact. So you can start to feel it and see it once you start believing and having that deep desire. So future pacing helps you to see that and see that outcome. The next one is leverage. Now, you want to leverage all of your resources, and you want to also outsource if you don't have those particular talents within your organization. Now, if you don't have social media skills, or you're not very good at YouTube, or you don't know how to do videos, or you're not a very good copywriter, outsource those things. There are plenty of places like Fiverr, Canva, Upwork. There's so many places that you can go to that will help you. In today's world, resources are abundant. I'm going to share a story with you. Now, the story is hiring great talent and being resourceful. So, when I was in college, I studied fashion merchandising and design. I traveled the world, London and Paris and Rome, had the opportunity to study abroad. It was so much fun, but I really didn't have the money all the time. So I actually worked for 9 West, and I paid my way through college. And I used to have like maybe 100 pairs of shoes at one time because I would be the top salesperson and earning commissions, and you get free shoes and bonuses all the time. Well, I also had the opportunity to study Kenneth Cole, who is known for shoes and accessories and belts and things like coats and jackets and things like that, right? So Kenneth Cole, when he first started out in Manhattan at Jacob Javits, he wanted to have a booth at the annual shoe expo. But he didn't have enough money, and so he became resourceful. What he did was he asked a lot of good questions. He said, hey, what is this line here where the police and the media are? And because he didn't have enough money to be a part of the vendor, he decided to be resourceful and be outside. So after asking questions, he realized that it's only for the press that can be on the line, and it can only be the police officers. And how do you get a ticket? How do you get a license to be able to do that? So he filled out an application, went down to the building authorities, got his certificate, his business certificate. In New York State, it's very simple and easy to do that. It's like $35 and boom, you're in business. And you can also go to Kinko's or Office Max or Staples and get business cards whooped up, and there you go, you're in business, right? You also need a bank account. So what he did was he asked his friends, and they had fake video cameras. He rented a truck and put all the shoes inside. And as women are walking by, he says to them, would you like to be in the movie Making of the Shoe? He called himself Kenneth Cole Media. And that's how he was able to get where the media line is. And every woman was really ecstatic and excited because they wanted to be part of the shoe, Making of the Shoe. They had no idea that they were fake video cameras. Perhaps he had a real one somewhere, but he hired people and he outsourced. So be resourceful and be creative when you are building your one thing. And as we know it today, Kenneth Cole is a legend in shoes and in accessories, and Kenneth Cole Media still exists today. It's a cool story, right? So hire great talent. Find people. If you're not qualified, I always say, I was a C student. So I always hire A and B students, the top level. I was one of those kids that I'm not even sure how I wrote 2 books because I failed English class. But I'm here now and I have best-selling books and I'm sharing this content with you. And if I can do it, you can do it too. All right? So the O is for outcome. Once you start getting these leads, you're building your funnel, you're getting these leads, you're creating this content, you're creating material for them to come into your ecosystem so that you can actually convert them into sales, right? So once you have that, there's a period of time where you have to have a time frame so that you know you're not going to do this forever. In a specific amount of time, in a time frame, you're giving yourself to be accountable and you're going to get the task done, the one thing. And then what are your goals? Are you looking to raise $100,000, $1 million? What is it that you're willing to do? And if you're willing to raise $1 million and you never raised $1,000 or even $100, then that is a far stretch goal that is not measurable, right? It's not a smart goal. So start with the numbers. Maybe it's 100, maybe it's 500, maybe it's 1,500. You know, start with a lower number, hit that out of the park, bring that target in closer, and then hit it every time. And then the W is for warranty. Now, the warranty or the win. You want the customer to win and you also want to have a warranty. The warranty guarantees that how you are ethical, that you're trustworthy, you have integrity. Once you have a warranty, everyone is happy and everyone knows that how you're doing the best thing possible to get them to the best thing, their one thing, right? So give them the warranty and be trustworthy and have integrity. Once you have this checklist in place, you're able to achieve monumental success, and I know for a fact that you're going to do amazing. Just stay on your game, and if you need any help, definitely just in the link you can definitely comment, and I look forward to connecting with you. So I'll see you guys soon on the next video.